What's funny is there's no in-between in this stuff. It's either like as fast, like 5-gallon bucket, go out and do something really quick, or it's this. And the middle ground is just as much work as this.
It feels like overkill, but I know, considering where we're going, that we're actually gonna need all of it.
Did you know that I have been wanting to go to this lake for 20 years?
I did not.
Yeah. We're putting in the honest effort. Everyone has that fishing spot they've been threatening to check out for years. I'm Ryan Callahan, and this one is mine. My friend Miles Nolte and I are heading out to a remote lake known for healthy-sized burbot. Now, all I really know about this spot is based on hearsay. And while a big, eater-sized burbot is the goal, from what we've heard, there are also 3 other species in here that I wouldn't mind pulling out of a hole in the ice. Brook trout, suckers, and one of my personal favorites, the Montana grayling.
So that's that road off to the right, but that's the main road, it looks like.
Oh, and that thing to the left back? Okay, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Hang a left! Faced with several feet of new snow and multiple large drifts covering the roadways, we end up doing a little route finding, and our travel time increases exponentially.
Well, just about 6 hours.
Yeah, we bet on 2, took 6, used half again as much fuel as I figured we would.
Yeah.
We found a bunch of frozen water.
And we got here just before sunset. Like, we kind of couldn't have done better on that.
Snowshoes, we each grab a sled.
Yeah.
And
get everything out there, and then we'll set up camp.
okay, sounds good. A recent freeze-thaw cycle, combined with all that snow, created a couple feet of slush and standing water on top of the ice. So, we make the smart choice. Leave the side-by-sides behind and drag our gear the old-fashioned way. Got this one. It's important to remember that this can be a physical sport. Cheese curds and beer offer very little in the way of performance-enhancing benefits.
Man, really need to get back into ice fishing shape. Give me a sec.
Back to the high school football days here. Look at all that opportunity out there. Untouched. After a while, I start to question what kind of items Miles has brought along, and I'm sure he's doing the same for me. Is it a foot massager, home gym equipment, a collection of antique brass figurines? I have no idea, but what I do know is that this thing is getting heavier by the minute.
We were like, oh, we're so good on all this stuff. We could have brought more stuff.
Yeah.
I regret some of the choices that we made now.
And get there we do, just with a little more exertion than intended. Setting up on a frozen lake, one you've never seen before, let alone fished, is nothing short of intimidating. However, the best bet always involves starting somewhere.
Burrito?
Yes, thank you. And you ran out and kind of punched a couple of holes, right, that you haven't inspected yet?
No, I mean, we popped these holes in here last night that were not as deep as I wanted them to be, but we just kind of, we were out of light. So we just had to set up camp and kind of make do.
Let's slam this coffee and go do some prospecting?
Yeah, stuff some burritos, slam some coffee, and let's go see if we can actually catch some damn fish.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so frozen.
That's a multi-layer cake there.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in there.
Just a big layer of snow. Whoa!
I don't think it's 300 feet.
So the reason that we were getting that false bottom reading is because this thing was on the bottom. Okay. Next hole.
Next hole.
Somewhere about here.
The fact of the matter is that I'm a novice ice fisherman at best, but I have fished burbot before and I've got them on suckers, and I hear that they go after sucker meat this time of year because they're getting ready to spawn or just into spawn right now, and supposedly suckers will raid their nests, so they're very opposed to having suckers around. The key is really just finding one that wants to play. So tip up setup, very, very standard. We're just running tip up line to a barrel swivel, 8-pound fluoro to an octopus hook. I go with a pretty small piece of sucker meat, partially because I don't know the size of the fish in here.
Yeah.
Never fished here, never caught a fish here. Like if I knew that it was full of hogs, I might put a bigger piece on there. But a bigger fish will take a small chunk.
Yep.
Whereas a smaller fish generally won't take a bigger chunk. That's the depth of the sinker on the bottom, right? But then we've got the leader. So I want to come up about that much for the leader.
Yeah.
And then just a little bit more to keep it off the bottom.
And what's your gut tell you?
I think we go pop one more out there. Then we should do kind of both directions off of that one.
Okay.
You agree?
Sure. This is called prospecting, where you're just going out and you're making test holes, just like prospectors did, looking for ore. And you just keep trucking along and punch a hole, do a little looking, and maybe fish it for a while if it feels right. If not, hike a little bit more, punch another hole, wash, rinse, repeat. But it'd be good to have a little dumb luck. Even your best laid plans can and do fail when you're fishing blind. This spot seems pretty deep. I mean, it's just so hard to tell what's going on in a lake, because like once the surface gets super cut off from any sort of sunlight, you can have these big vegetation die-offs, and it causes all sorts of different conditions in the water, like forcing fish that would normally be shallow to be deep, and vice versa. Also known as eelpout, lawyers, or ling, burbot are members of the cod family, and they prefer cold, deep water. Midwinter is one of the best times to target these fish, when they ascend the water column to spawn in depths of around 15 to 30 feet. Even now, fishing for them can be a challenge for two reasons. One, they are crepuscular feeders, meaning that they mostly eat at night. And two, their habitat, ultra clean water in northern latitudes. It's slowly disappearing. I think someone was running with it because it's tipped. Like it was running out that way. Oh, look at that. Little bit of sucker meat.
Burbot!
Yeah, we're on the board. They do.
Hell yes!
Yes.
That's spectacular. Well, we know now without a doubt that there are burbot in this lake.
Yes, which is always a victory coming out to a place
That you've never been before.
that you've never been.
I was hoping to be 2 to 3 times that size, but
yes,
I don't mind that for a start. I think the bite's just gonna get better through the day, man. I think we should get another hook on that, leave these tip-ups out, and move camp so that we can fish from our tent tonight.
Yes. We got in late last night and set up camp over what we thought was fishable water, but it wasn't. So now we have to move all that gear again. Stay tuned for our ice fishing workout videos coming soon.
Don't think it's very big. Nope, and it's not the target species, but cute little brook trout. Hey, buddy. This guy is delicious, but pretty small. So we're gonna let him go. Hopefully get bigger. And get a bigger one.
Hey.
Sucker. Yeah, buddy.
Well, we're getting our species in for the day.
We now have 3 of the 4 species that I know exist here. Or
What's
that
the
I've been
4th?
told. Grayling.
Oh yeah, grayling. If your theory holds, right,
Yeah.
that this is the egg predator in here
Uh-huh.
that the burbot hate, what do you say we cut this dude up for bait?
Oh, absolutely. Fresh. It's gotta be better than frozen, for sure.
And it's this fish,
Yeah.
right? This
That's
is the
egg
fish.
stealer.
Right. So yeah,
Fresh meat for the tip-ups, man. I think that's great.
move those tip ups and
Yeah.
rebait them with this. I'll cut a couple of chunks off of this dude.
I'm gonna rebait this. This is apparently the hot hole all of a sudden.
Yes.
2
Yes.
fish in like 5 minutes. So I'm gonna get that going, start chopping him up. Let's get these tip-ups going, man.
Yes.
It's gonna get good. Oh, fresh sucker meat.
Nice brook trout. Well, we got the hot bite going on in this hole. That got the red maggot.
Oh, got a little more bite to it. Oh, look at that. That is what you're after with a brook trout. Hey, Cal,
Yeah. Oh, dude,
look at that.
that's fatty.
Yeah.
Now we're in business all of a sudden.
Love it.
We know exactly what we're doing.
Well, that's something with a little more size to it. Oh, yeah, buddy.
Yes!
Oh!
Yes! That is the one.
That's what I'm talking
Yes!
about!
That's the
Dude!
one. That's the one.
That's what we came for.
We'll eat that one.
Yes. And guess what he ate?
The native,
The sucker that you killed.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You got to match the hatch, Miles.
That might be my personal best ling.
Oh, it's the biggest ling I've ever been around.
I think that's a personal best for me, dude. These fish have such a cool story. First of all, they're the only freshwater fish in the cod family. How cod wound up like being
Yeah.
in the middle of the continent is I actually don't understand. But
Wow.
what a cool fish.
I mean, these are full-blown legs, right?
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, that's for crawling on the bottom.
Being propped up on the mud.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Oh, so happy about that. The way they're built, it looks like we'll get a lot of meat off of one fish.
Yeah, we will get a good amount of meat, and then they have, in an average burbot, the 10% of their body weight's in their liver.
That's insane.
So I've never eaten the liver before, but I'm excited to try it out. I hear it's super nutritious. It's like cod liver, you know, like cod liver is full of all kinds of good stuff. Yeah. So it's supposed to be really good for you. It's supposed to be delicious, some people say. I'm excited to find that out and try it. Do a little peeling. Oh, there you go.
Call that Callahan twist. Whoa! There's a lot of belly.
Jesus.
So, I mean, this is actually a big male, right?
Yeah.
That's all milk, or isn't that what you call it?
It is what you call it, but I think that's actually liver.
Oh, that's liver.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And I can definitely see how that poor man lobster thing comes in if you were to chunk up that loin.
Yeah.
It's kind of got that bubbly look to it, you know?
Absolutely. Don't lose any of that.
Oh, I'm so pumped about this.
Oh, it's going to be really good, man. Yeah, man, that's a lot of meat off of a fish this size.
Yes.
I'm pretty pumped to cook lunch tomorrow.
Get some beds set up.
Call it a day.
Maybe do a little caught side jigging.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Very awesome.
Pretty darned awesome. Nothing breaks up the cold like a hot meal. Miles and I prepare a classic burbot recipe, poaching the meat in Sprite and giving it a quick saute in butter.
Sprite-sicle.
Okay then. I think like half and half.
Yeah.
And isn't the whole deal with poor man's lobster like you wait for it to rise up to the top?
I think so.
That's what I've been told. I've never actually tried it.
So I've done it before, and I just sort of blanched it and just kind of checked on texture until it felt cooked through.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's like any fish, right? You don't want to cook it for too long. But these are going to be partially frozen.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah. Nothing we can do about that.
Cook a little longer. Oh, that's good. That's good stuff right there.
Yeah, it does not have a freshwater fish look to it.
Nope.
It's kind of got that lobster jiggle. That is lovely. You could say you'd really want some butter on this.
Mm-hmm. And this is not the only way to prepare burbot.
Right, it's definitely the only way I've ever heard of.
Mm.
But after you look at that flesh,
They make dynamite fish tacos.
oh gosh, I would think. For dessert, we fry the liver. That is a monster liver. So if you don't eat this, you're just throwing away 10% of the meat.
Gone.
Can't have that.
What I hear is that you want to slice it and fry it in a hot pan. Dry pan, I should clarify.
Well, the pan is very hot and it's very dry.
Oh yeah, ripping hot. These livers are super high in vitamin A and D, I hear. They're obviously very high in fat.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the fat bubbling up.
Oh yeah. I know that like the really northern native peoples, burbot liver was a big part of their diet, because think about all the protein and the calories getting off of a little chunk like that.
Those are just bubbling with fat.
Tastes like pure fat.
It does. It is pure fat.
Ooh, that's really rich.
Makes it pretty tasty.
Creamy with a little bit of fishiness.
That a little bit face down with just a tad of butter on there. That's good.
That's good. My takeaway on this is that I will harvest the livers out of burbot in the future. Not to get too greedy, but we've knocked off 3 of the possible 4 species in this lake so far. And the Montana grayling is the only one we haven't seen yet. Oh, it's a toad! Oh, dude! Look at that! That's a huge grayling.
Wow!
Oh, that's so cool.
Gorgeous. Holy crap! That could be the biggest grayling I've ever caught. Second biggest grayling I've ever caught.
That's really neat.
That's the real deal, right?
Yeah, it is.
The colors are great on it, too.
Such pretty fish. There just aren't that many of them left in Montana. Or in the lower 48 at all, really.
Right in the corner of the mouth, too. They must have hit that jig like a rocket. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Knock the last one off the species list, buddy. Ice fishing is built on mystery. And while our tools for the sport continually improve, this mystery remains a fixture. It's the flag releasing on a tip-up, or that slight tug on thin-braided line leading to something you know not what. Above all, though, it's the notion that adventure can be as close to home or as far away as you make it, as long as there's a little mystery involved.